today, we certainly be welcome to hear that. And we have selected a potential new trial date if the court's amenable to resetting. Other than that, there remain about 18 witnesses from my perspective that still need to be taken. A few more than Mr. Poe's attorney, other that are in combination because of when I came in on the case. There's also the FDLE analyst that needs to be taken that had to be continued from yesterday. And that we're also looking into based on testimony from the recent testimony from a deposition transcript, bless you, of the state's witness regarding the cell phone triangulation and cell site witness. We are seeking an expert on that as well, and that's pending with JAC. So those are the matters. And finally, we have one other pending motion with the court, which is a motion to appoint second chair counsel due to the complexity and nature of the sheer volume in this case, and that's awaiting the hearing with JAC as well.
So let me just go ahead and take it from the top. We've got jury selection set for June the 10th. Do you actually have the depot dates that you've discussed outlined and set at this point? I'm not suggesting you should or shouldn't.
No, we were going to finish we were going to set those this afternoon. We're finishing with Detective Saunders. He's our only witness today. Then we were going to reset those and move forward, have those for you by the final pretrial.
Have you already filed your written joint motion?
We have, both myself and Mr. Poe, attorney. The state, I do not believe, has an opposition to it.
And I intend to grant it. The only thing I was going to request is that when I do, you have the depositions that remain actually set with an agreed trial date. It's preferable that that's in the motion, but I won't make you file a new one. I'll pass the case till final pretrial. All I'm looking for at that final pretrial is an agreed trial date so that we won't have to continue the matter again. And keep the two from conversing if you would. Thank you.
At our final pretrial, you want us to have our schedule for depositions.
I do.
And a new trial date.
I'm sorry, I don't need to be distracted. I despair.
I understand.
The use of Zoom, and that's not critical of Mr. Jordan. You need to be standing over your client's shoulder every time he's here because he's going to get himself in trouble. That's my concern. So with that said, we're pressing on.
Pass the final pretrial on Mr. Sykes's case so that we can
and an agreed trial date. That's all I'm looking for.
That's it.
And you're going to get your continuance. I understand it's necessary. I'll pass the case until June the 6th. That's 6/6 at 11 o'clock, 5:08 for final pretrial. I'll just look for the parties at that time to provide the information. The probability is exceptionally high. You're going to get a continuance.
We've taken over probably 60 witnesses.
It's a complex case. It's a big case.
So. But we have to talk to them all.
I understand why. State, do you need to be heard?
Judge, the only thing I would ask to be heard on is on the case I'm standing in for Ms. Owens. And I believe we can handle this at the June 6th court date. I noticed that speedy trial has not been waived. It is now come and gone. So I would need a waiver for that case.
For Mr. Sykes? For
Mr. Sykes' new case.
And there's no objection to that. We'll be filing we'll make an oral motion to waive speedy on that particular charge, and we'll be following it up with a written motion.
All right, fair enough. Mr. Sykes' case is passed. Mr. Jordan, nice to see you. Your client, Mr. Poe, is present in the courtroom. Mr. Poe, if you turn around, you'll see your lawyer present by Zoom. I'll just look to you, Mr. Jordan. Are you in the same position?
We are, Judge. The only additional matter, and I don't mean to spring this on the state, there was a pending motion to compel a better address for one of the surviving victim witnesses, Mr. Williams, who the state was going to make efforts to secure an address to serve him for deposition. The other Mr. Williams has shown up and been deposed, but the remaining surviving victim has, I guess, lost contact with the state, and the state was going to update the court on their efforts to secure a deposition for the defense.
State, do you know anything about that?
Judge, I have, quite frankly, really never had contact with the surviving victims. I was actually surprised the one showed up for deposition. And then while he was on deposition, he reached out by phone, and this was all by Zoom, and spoke to the other surviving victim. And my impression was he's somewhere in Georgia, but I have no idea where he is. I will continue to look for him, but I don't know where he is.
All right. If there's a issue that needs to be heard, frame it, and I'll take it up pursuant to a motion. I'll go ahead.
Yes, Your Honor. I was just going to add there was a prior motion to compel a better address for that witness.
Is it still pending or did I rule on it?
It was still pending because the state was going to make efforts to send their investigator out to locate that witness.
When we come up for final pretrial, if it remains an issue, I'll take up the motion at that time.
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Otherwise, I'll go ahead and pass both defendants to the same date, 6/6, 11 o'clock, 5:08 for final pretrial. I'll look for the joint motion. Exceptionally likely that I'm going to sign that. I'm just looking for the depot dates and a new trial date.
Yes,
It's all
sir.
been helpful. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Take care, Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
Judge, and I believe Mr. Boston, he has asked me if I will stand in for Ms. Johnson on a case of Reginald.
It's Reginald Thomas, Judge.
Yes, give me just one moment and I'll pick up that one.
Okay.
Yes.